Hey guys, I have a fun little ab workout for you today. It's gonna be quick. All you need is a mat, and what's better than a workout where you can literally just roll around on the ground. So join me, and I hope you enjoy this. Focusing on those abs today. So we're actually gonna start in a plank position. Olive's busy. So I just want you to hold a plank. And I'm gonna get down on my forearms to do this. So when you're in a plank, you want to make sure that your body's in a nice straight line. You're not sticking your booty up in the air. You're not dropping your hips and doing a nice little low back lordosis. You are keeping your abs nice and tight. You're kind of tucking your pelvis under just a little bit so that you stay in a nice straight line. And of course, you want to make sure that you're pushing up out of those shoulder blades to hold yourself up. Nice strong legs, pointing those heels to the back of the room. Focusing on the legs, I think, kind of helps to take some of the focus off of how hard your abs are working. I love to warm up in a plank because it really engages every major muscle group in the body. It's a great way to warm up. I'm gonna start rocking back and forth on my toes a bit here. So we're learning about the cardiovascular system right now, which is so cool. I love it. It's a lot of physics, and it's just interesting. Not a lot of people like physics, so I know I'm unique. But one cool thing that we learned yesterday, we're talking about how blood gets delivered to different parts of your body. So when you're at rest, most of the blood in your body is going to your brain, it's going to your GI system. But when you start exercising, your body has to work to divert blood flow to your skeletal muscles that are doing the work, so that they can continue working hard, because they need the oxygen and you need to get rid of the waste products. Okay, we're gonna do a side plank now. So the question was, how does the body know where to send the blood when you need it? So in the case of skeletal muscle, the way that blood gets diverted there is as skeletal muscle starts working hard, you start using energy, you're going to build up metabolic byproducts. So these are just what happens as a result of using energy. So things like carbon dioxide, lactate, these are released into the bloodstream around the skeletal muscle. Now, your body senses an increase in these metabolites and sends more blood to the muscle. So it senses that you need more blood, need more nutrients being delivered, and it opens up the capillary beds. So there's a sphincter in front of the capillary beds, opens that up so blood flow increases to your skeletal muscle. That's pretty cool, right? So we're gonna do a little dip now. If this is hard for you, you can do it on your knee. Still work in the same groups, just a little extra balance and a little easier. So dips. And I feel my blood starting to flow to my muscles right now. Sort of. So that's cool. Another way that blood gets diverted to your skeletal muscle when you're working is activation of that sympathetic nervous system. So this is your fight or flight branch of the nervous system. And when you're exercising, your body says, oh gosh, we have to work hard. So the adrenal glands release epinephrine, which causes vasodilation, so opening up of the blood vessels in your skeletal muscle, and vasoconstriction, I'm gonna flip to the other side, of body parts that don't need as much blood at the time, so like your GI system, for example, your digestive system. We don't really need to be digesting when we are focusing on running away from something. Holding that side plank, we're gonna try to make both sides even here. Nice strong shoulder, keeping the hips up, not dipping them down here yet. We're keeping your spine nice and straight. I'm stacking my feet here, that makes it a little harder. You can also stagger your feet. Still tough. We're gonna do those dips again. So cardiovascular system is fascinating. It's also important why you need to cool down after you do an exercise, especially cardio where you're running around or moving So all of that blood ends up in your skeletal muscles, right? And we need to make sure that we give the body time to pump that blood back up to the heart once you're no longer moving. So that's why it's important to slowly cool down. So after you go on an intense run, don't just stop and go sit on the couch. Start jogging slowly, do some stretches to allow that blood to get pumped back up to the heart so it can be diverted to other organs now that your muscles don't need them anymore. Okay, so that was our little plank warm-up. Not too bad, right? Now we're gonna do something kind of cool. It's called a reverse plank. So you're gonna keep your hands underneath your elbows. You're gonna lean back just a bit and then come up into a reverse plank. Sucking that navel in. So you're drawing your abs in. Remember that transverse abdominis where it's like a belt that goes around your core. We're sucking that in tight. You're gonna feel this in your hip flexors a little bit too. And if you'd like, I want you to raise up those legs. Oh yeah, I feel this one. Just getting into those nice stabilizer muscles in your back as well. So when you work the front of your body, it's important to do some work for the back of your body too. Keep everything even, and remember your core is your entire torso. It's not just your abs. People love to focus on only their abs, but in order for your abs to work properly, you also need the support of the back of your body. And some of your ab muscles wrap all the way around to the back, like the obliques. So you can't just work the front, you gotta work the back. Whew, these are tough. Now we're gonna take a leg up and draw circles. Just 5 on each side. Oh yeah, other side, circles. Awesome, come on down. Roll out those wrists. My wrists are feeling a little tingly right now. So roll them out. Gonna give those arms a quick break. We're gonna move into just kind of your typical crunches. So you're gonna come back onto your back here on the mat. Hands are gonna go behind and above the ears. Fingers aren't gonna interlace quite. You're not making a basket. You're just supporting that head. And we're just gonna do a basic crunch. So you're just crunching up and down. Notice how I'm not pulling on my neck. My hands are only there to support it, to make sure that I'm not straining my neck. Elbows are nice and wide. Armpits facing the ceiling, and I have space between my chin and my chest. I could fit like a grapefruit or something in there. So as you crunch up, focus on drawing your belly button in. A lot of times when people do crunches, they allow the rectus abdominis, so that six-pack muscle, to do most of the work, and it poofs up. And we want to make sure that our transverse abdominis is sucking everything in nice and tight. So of course you're going to have, with the contraction, your stomach's going to come up a little bit, but I want you to focus on, as you crunch up, sucking that belly button inward. That's gonna get more muscles involved. And when you do wanna go show off your six-pack, it's gonna make the six-pack not stick out as much. It's gonna make a nice flat belly rather than like a bodybuilder muscle sticking out kind of core. So here we wanna blow out when we're doing the hard work. So as you crunch out, up, you blow out. So I'm just going up to where my shoulder blades are off the ground. Give me 2 more. Last one, and then we're going to take our legs up into tabletop position here. So notice that I'm still in a crunched up position, really sucking down that belly button. And we're going to drop a leg, drop another leg. If it's hard for you to keep the upper body up here, you can bring it down and just focus on the lower abs. But if you want that challenge, I want you crunched up. Really sucking that belly button in. I keep finding myself allowing my abs to pooch out. Give me 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna put both the knees together. You're gonna lower the upper body and we're gonna do kind of a modified windshield legs. So we're not gonna keep our legs all the way straight, although you can do that if you want. We're gonna have a bend in the legs. Arms are out wide here, and you're gonna drop it down to one side and then drop it down to the other, as if you're a windshield. So this is working the obliques. It also feels great on the lower back, and it helps to stretch out muscles around your spine. So lots of fun things about this exercise. If you find this to be too easy, go ahead and straighten those legs. Increase the length of that lever, and then those muscles are gonna have to do more work in order to get you all the way to the other side. So think about your abs as wringing out. Imagine your abs are like a towel. And as you twist to one side, your obliques are wringing out some water. So really twisting. Two more on each side. One more. And come on back to the middle. Great job, guys. Now you're gonna come up onto your forearms. Hey Olive, what's up, girl? And we're gonna straighten those legs out, and you're gonna come up and down. You can also do this on your back if you like. I kind of like watching my legs. I don't know, there's something satisfying about seeing your toes pointed and seeing them go up and down like this. I know, it's weird. So I like to be up on my forearms. And if you are up on your forearms, make sure you're really sitting out of the shoulders, so you're proud. Sitting up, you're not slouching down. That's not helping you. Hey, Olive. So we're gonna do two more with both legs. Then we're gonna do scissor kicks here. So nice little pace, getting that heart rate up, keeping those legs straight, so really pointing the toes. Again, sucking that belly button in, no pooching out. Whew. This is also gonna work the inner thighs a little bit. We wanna make sure we're squeezing the legs together. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew. Put the knees down, a little break, and then we're gonna do just 2 more exercises and we're done, okay? Come here. So we're gonna do a reverse crunch. Reverse crunches are kind of tough. They're easy to do the wrong way and they're hard to do the right way. So you're gonna bring the legs up in the air. I know my legs might not be in the shot. Don't worry about them, they're still there. If you wanna make it a little easier, you can take your hands, and place them underneath your butt. If you wanna make it a little harder, you don't need to do that. I'm gonna put them just kind of next to my butt. And what you're doing is you're gonna raise the hips up and down. Crunching up and down. So lifting that entire lower body. It helps if you press the palms into the ground. So notice I'm not swinging, I'm not going like this, right? I'm trying to stay nice and stable. Olive, just going up and down. So imagine you have a string tied to your toes and it's just pulling up and then releasing tension. I struggle with these. These are tough. It's hard not to rock. Let's do 3 more. 2, 1. Hold it up there. Oh my goodness. And down. Felt that in my triceps even. It's a fun thing to do. Okay, last exercise. Olive. We're going, oh God, she scratched me. Ouch. We're gonna go back to a plank. I like these. I think I've done these with you guys before. So we're going back to a plank and we're doing like alternating hip dips here. So first find that strong plank position. I'm gonna be on my elbows again. So forearm plank is best here. And you're going to take your right hip down to the ground, little twist, and then come back up to the middle and then go to the left. These are awesome for your obliques. Gonna help define your waistline, strengthen the sides of your body. Whew. How do they feel good? It's kind of a nice little stretch. Now, if you can't not get all the way down to the ground like I can, it's probably just because I have wide hips, honestly. I'm not really that flexible. You can just twist side to side. You don't have to actually touch the ground. You're still getting the same benefits. If you can reach the ground though, that's gonna give you a little bit extra stretch. We're gonna pick up the pace now. So it's tap, 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 tap. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it to the right. We're just going to the middle and right. Middle and right. Give me 8, 7, 6. It's your last exercise. You can do this. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Obviously, we got to do the left side. Just 8. Come on. Down. 6, 5 to the middle. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome job, guys. Take it back into a child's pose. My mat is filthy. I don't really want to touch my head to it. So I'm going to do a little modified child. Stretch out those shoulders. Feel a nice stretch through your side body here. Oh, feels excellent. You can bring your knees a little bit wider and get back a little deeper. I'm breathing a little hard. Got my heart racing. So remember, you don't have to work out like a maniac every single day. Some days you might be tired, some days you might not want to work out at all. A video like this is a great thing to do. I'm sweating, I'm breathing harder, and I only worked for a few minutes. Whew. Let's take a deep breath. Okay. Now we want to stretch out those abs a little bit. So we can do cat-cow. This is a good stretch for your abs in your back. So cat is where you tuck underneath like a cat that's arching its back. And then cow, where you stick your booty out, stick your chest out, let your belly drop. And work with your breath here. I always hear my back pop when I do these. Give me 1 more. If you'd like a little bit deeper stretch for your abs, you don't have to do this. You can stop now if you want. You can do camel pose. I don't know if I'm gonna be in the shot here, but you can get the gist of it. So you're gonna come up and then you're gonna reach back to your heels with your hands. You can't reach your heels, don't do this. And just do a nice back bend here. Deep stretch down the entire front of your body. Coming up is always the hardest part. All right, guys, we're done. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that this was a nice little exercise for you, and maybe you learned a little something. Next time you're around people that are talking about blood, you can be like, oh, let me tell you about the circulatory system. Because I'm a nerd. Okay, have a good day. Bye.